once you've completed a few more episodes of this Beginner to Boss series, you may well have a killer idea for a business, and everyone's going to start asking you about your business plan. But what is a business plan? Who will want to read it? What does it look like? And what should it include? Think of the business plan as the ultimate cheat sheet for your future empire. It's like a GPS to your business journey, showing where you are now, where you're headed, and how you're going to get there. Your business plan will cover all the juicy details, such as what your business does, who are your customers, how are you going to promote your product, how would you rake in the cash, and how would you spend all that money. But let's start thinking about who actually wants to read your business plan. Who's it actually for? Arguably, the most important person that your business plan is for is you. Writing your business plan will require time to think about and reflect on your business. Things you may not have even considered when you first came up with your business idea. They're likely to get fleshed out in your business plan. And that's a great thing, because a better thought out business would inevitably be a better business. The next group of people who want to see your business plan are the people that you may be asking for money. If you're trying to convince family, friends, other investors or banks to put money into your brilliant idea, they'd almost certainly want to see your business plan. It's like pitching your business on Dragon's Den, but on paper. Business can be serious, and people will want to know your business will actually work, and many won't invest if the risk of failure is simply too high. The third group of people who will likely want to see your business plan are potential business partners or others who you may well be trying to persuade to join you in your business. They'll want to make sure that your ship isn't heading for a massive iceberg, as they may well be spending their time and effort on growing the business with you, and it's important that they believe in your vision for the future too. And a final group of people who may want to review your business plan are your possible suppliers and other businesses that you'll be working very closely with. They'll want to ensure your plan makes sense, as they may well be forming close relationships with your business, and they simply won't want to be wasting their time. So all in all, there are lots of important people who may want to review your business plan. So it's absolutely crucial that it looks impressive and reads well. Think of it as your business's Insta profile. It needs to look good and tell a great story. And in that way, readers will double tap.
Super important. I think you have to have a business plan when you're starting out, and you also have to keep in mind that things might change along the way.
Well, every December I sit down and work on a strategy for the next year. I think that's very important, because as businesses grow, you've got more and more people that need to have an idea of where the business is going. So I think whether you've got a business of 5 people, 50 people, or 500 people, I think plans are very important.
So when you scale, you definitely want a much more detailed business plan, because so many people are going to be looking at it.
I think business plans are really important when you're starting out. For me, it gave it a lot of clarity of vision, just making sure you understand the problem you're trying to solve, the market you're getting into.
I think a business plan is essential because it's a discipline, and until you actually write a business plan, you've probably got all the ideas in your head, whereas you need to actually get them down on paper and go through that process.
So we've touched on a number of groups of people who want to see your business plan, but what exactly did it look like? And what should it include? Business plans are normally written documents, and they come in all shapes and sizes. You can find some great examples on our platform. So let's now have a think about the structure of a business plan. Starting from the very beginning, you need a great front cover. Making a good first impression is oh so important, so be creative and take some time with this. Have a think if there's a way to put something more creative on the front page that will really attract attention and make you look good from the start. Next, and normally right after the front cover, you'll find a well-structured table of contents. Obviously, you'll need to write the plan first to work out exactly what's going where, but do be sure to leave a space for it so that readers can find their way around the plan nice and easily. After the contents, and the first juicy part for the reader, will be the executive summary. An executive summary is a brief overview of the entire plan, normally in less than 1 page. It needs to be sharp and to the point, as is often the only section that people will read, so you have to make it read really well. It's like the trailer for your business movie, short, sweet, and it leaves the reader wanting more. And although it's at the start of your business plan, it will probably be the very last thing you complete, so don't worry about writing it until the rest of your business plan is finished. It will effectively be a summary of the rest of your business plan. The fourth section of your business plan will likely be a description of the products or services that you're proposing to sell. What products are you making? What services are you providing? Make sure you describe them in the way to make them sound good. In the business plan for Johnny's skateboard business, he could simply say that he sells stickers for skateboards. But maybe it will read better if he says that he sells super trendy, super cool textured stickers only for the coolest skateboarders in town. The section on products and services in your business plan is a really important section, and you may want to elaborate what your unique selling points are. That means how your products are different from others and how they may fill a gap in the market. If your business is solving a problem, you may use this section to describe the problem you're fixing or the gap that you're filling. And after the section on products and services, you may want to include a section on customers, marketing, and sales strategy. We haven't covered those points in this series yet, but in this section you'll need to explain who your customers are and how you're going to attract them. Are your customers individuals or other businesses? How old or young are they likely to be? And how will you attract people? Will it be on social media? Will it be via word of mouth? Or even using guerrilla marketing? We're going to suggest that section 6 of your business plan is on what is called market and competition. How big is the market into which you're selling? What's the oppo look like? And how are you better? Your business is not going to be great if it offers exactly the same as something else out there. So a section saying who you will compete against and how you're different is absolutely key. Maybe touch on the size of what's known as the total addressable market, which we'll be covering in a later episode. A great business plan will tackle if the market is growing and how it's changing. I suppose the question your business plan should try and answer is why you believe your business will stand out. In section 7, we get to the section on finance. In the finance section, which you can always get others to help you with, you'll normally include some financial statements and a budget. But don't worry too much about this now, as we're going to be covering those in a later episode. Our next suggested section of your plan will cover the people part of your business. Are you going to do everything alone, or will you, in time, need other people? This is the section where you can really elaborate on that. People want to see some detail on who will be running the business, and who will be working for who, and who you'll be working with, if anyone. Our penultimate section of a business plan includes the section that's often missed out. It's such an important section, and it's the section on growth opportunities, detailing how the business will grow and expand in new areas, new geographies, new products, add-on services, add-on products, and even new business ideas to your customer base as it grows. Readers should be really excited by the cool ideas you've had, but do remember to keep it real and credible. If your plans are too wild and overly mad, people may not take your business seriously. And finally, to conclude our suggested business plan template, you should include a bit on what are known as business operations. This section will explain how your business actually runs day to day, what your supply chain looks like, and we'll come on to that, where you'll be based, how you'll make your products, how will you get your people to help you deliver a service. And whilst it may be towards the end of your business plan, it is an important section, so it would be important to include at least some detail at some point. So those 10 points give you a possible recipe for your very first business plan. But do remember, the business plans are certainly not rigid, and there are loads of different ways to present them. Different entrepreneurs write business plans in very different ways. There's no correct way, there is no one size fits all. So feel free to let your creativity shine, and once you get going, you'll be able to play around with the plan as it develops.
Now
was no business plan for the first business. It was complete and utter true entrepreneurship, the nitty gritty just hustle of trying to buy and sell sneakers. Where with the second business, there's obviously a lot more structure which comes into place. But yeah, for the first business, it was a mess.
I found my first business plan really hard to write. I had all the ideas in my head and I knew what I wanted to do, but when it came to putting it on paper, I really struggled with that.
Yeah, well, I think firstly is the size of the business plan. Being honest, I always used to think the longer it was, the better it was going to be because I could pack in loads of detail. It was around about 60 pages long. Really, I came into the office, I spent weekends on it. I thought it was a masterpiece.
Looking back on my first business plan to any of the businesses I'm involved in, the businesses have changed dramatically since the business plan actually was drawn out. The reason for that is when you start doing, when you get your hands dirty, you start realising differences in market conditions, potential clients, competitors, and the product or technology you're developing in my case. So really, although it's a great way to start and build clarity of vision, they will change massively over time.
On a more cautious note, you should be careful not to include too many business secrets inside your business plan. While some people might sign what's called a non-disclosure agreement, promising not to share or even copy your ideas, you should assume that the business world is highly competitive and making sure that you keep your ideas away from potential competition is absolutely key. Business plans are rarely static. They change constantly. A business rarely turns out as the replica of the business plan that the entrepreneur wrote when they started out. And on that basis, be ready to change the plan as your business evolves and develops. There's no need to be rewriting your plan every week. At once every 6 months or so, we suggest you go back and review your plan to see if any adjustments are needed. And do remember that the most epic entrepreneurs aren't afraid to hit the update button on their plans. So stay flexible and be ready to change your plan as and when necessary. Now that you've finished episode 5 on business plans, you can move on to episode 6, which is on customers, sales channels, and pricing.